Whew. All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are, welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayers Live. I just figured I would pop on here while I'm enjoying an adult beverage, relaxing before I embark on the second half of my day, which won't wrap up until late this evening. There were some live streams that I planned on doing this week, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and postpone them until I really have time next week. Because I've had a busy past few days. I'm a little bit more tired than I thought I was. But I'm feeling good, feeling really good about life, stuff that I have going on, all that kind of stuff. So anyone who wants to come in here and chat, feel free. Someone out here is listening to their stuff on their phone, I guess. But let's see, what can I share? What can I share? Well, those of you who have been following the adventure of Tommy James, he's doing very well. He's doing well. I checked on him this evening. Not that he needs to be checked on. He's a grown man and whatnot. But, I'll keep checking on him until I feel like he's got his footing. We went to an art gallery. There's an art gallery in the Montrose area that I hadn't been to, that I thought I wanted to go to, but honestly, it was not that great of an exhibit at all. It was actually a little bit pretentious. I don't think it was Tommy's cup of tea. It wasn't exactly mine either. But it was an outing, something to do. I think he had a good day today for the most part, but he's been running. He's gone from going smooth sailing at about, I'd say, 30 miles an hour, and he's ramped up to like 75 miles an hour. And I think it really hit him today because he looks so tired, so I didn't want to keep him out, and I had other stuff to do also. So I hope he gets a good night's sleep, but he is so sweet. He got me a battery pack. That was so nice of him, because I needed a battery pack for my streaming, and he didn't have to do that. I was like, don't give me anything else because you need to be saving money and everything. But very, very, very gracious, nice guy. You know, one of the most evil things a person can do is not cultivate friendships between people that most likely would get along. And when I think about certain people that I've had the misfortune actually of meeting while I was on my travels, who went out of their way to not facilitate my getting to know Tommy James earlier, those people should be ashamed of themselves, because there really are not that many people that I get along with, and he's someone that, on a platonic level, I get along with very well. And it's like, why wouldn't you want people to come together who would get along? It's weird. I will not ever understand that, but I'm glad to have learn that you do have people out there who purposely do try to create dividing wedges between people who would get along. And why would you do that? I guess because you're miserable yourself. I mean, that's the only thing I can really rack it up to. I guess so, Sharon. I guess so. Jealousy. But, you know, life finds a way. God is real. Positive energy in the universe is real. So I'm just glad that I did get to connect with Tommy. He's such an amazing person. Very strong. Stronger than I think he knows he is. Very strong. Not to be personal, but he related to me a little bit of a fairly negative encounter that he had today with a certain person, and I hate that he had that encounter. I wish he hadn't. And what was funny, you know, it's, I guess beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, because I hope that what he encountered was not a form of racism, but it might have been. I hope it wasn't. But we were talking about a little something in the car, and he was telling me what happened, and I was thinking, I wonder if it was a form of racism that he experienced. And I brought it up, and he was like, oh, I think it has to do with me being a redhead. And I was like, what? I'll tell you, I've always felt that red-haired people who are Caucasian are the most beautiful of all the Caucasians. I've always thought that, because red hair is sparkly, it's dynamic, you know, it has like an energetic look to it. I've always preferred red-headed Caucasian males opposed to brunettes or blondes. That's just me. Sometimes I've liked blondes. You know, the guy I was married to, at least when I met him, he was a blonde. But I've always thought redheaded guys are really attractive, you know? And he was telling me that some people don't trust redheads. And I was like, I thought that was just like a South Park meme, honestly. That's what I thought. But I've heard people say, you know, weird stuff about people with red hair. But I'll tell you, I think redheaded women are the most beautiful of the Caucasians. I think redheaded men are very handsome. It's a very dynamic look. But maybe other people don't feel that way. I actually was telling my sister not too long ago, I have met probably a oddly high number of redheaded male Caucasian rappers, strangely. Because, I mean, think about this. I mean, I even have it documented at this stage on my YouTube. I know a lot of redheaded males. One of the first ones I met was a guy who went by the name James Jameson. He was a male adult star, but he also did some lyrics and rap. He was a beautiful redhead. Nuka Zeus temporarily became black. Now he's back to being white. And he looks gorgeous. I saw a recent video blog that he did, and I'm so glad he's gone back to his original look. He's a good-looking redheaded man. MC Frosty, he's another one, just ran for mayor of Cornwall, but he's a white rapper, and he's a redhead. And now I know Tommy James, another one. I mean, I guess Ski Mask Andy considers himself a blonde, but I've met him in person. There's a little bit of a reddish tinge to his hair naturally. I would consider him a strawberry blonde. And he kind of raps, which is interesting. But yeah. I guess. I mean, all this trolling and stuff, all this stuff. I mean, I'm really kind of shifting my focus a little bit. when it comes to what I'm involved in and what I'm doing, I'm going to be moving more into the shadows. I'm in the shadow today, but I'm going a little bit more BTS behind the scenes. You'll still see me, of course, but you know, I'm like a sine wave. Sometimes I'm super active, sometimes I'm not. But I just, and again, everyone has their own life experience. We all see ourselves and however it is that we see ourselves. But, and I know Tommy looks at my blogs and I look at his. So when and if you see this, Tommy, the way I see you, you are a phenomenal man, just so you know. And I'm sure that you do know. I'm sure you know. But don't let anyone weird that you encounter, online or offline, shift your self view or put you in a bad mood. But I hope he gets some rest tonight. I know that he was so gracious to walk with me around that lame art exhibit. It was lame. I'm not going to say which one it is because I don't want to diss the gallery, but it was lame. But he's fun. Everyone, make sure you do subscribe to his YouTube channel and send him your support. Oh, thank you, Spun Brothers. I really make an effort to be positive. I make a big effort. But it's not so much an effort. It's not hard to be positive. Not really. And I'll tell you, the older I get, the more I see that even when negative things happen, in hindsight, I see why negative things happened to bring me into more positive realms. So it does take a little effort to keep that kind of mindset. It's like a muscle, and I exercise it frequently. So, I've gotten good at it over the years. I've gotten good at it, more so than I think I gave myself credit for. Yeah, yeah. He photographs pretty well. He photographs well. I'm so proud of him. I mean, the journey that he's taken. Because I've been a journey woman myself, so I know what it's like to take the kind of leap he's taken. And I'm just so proud of him. It's like I barely know him, but I'm just super impressed by the type of person he is. Super impressed. And I hope that many of you out there see what I see within him. I really hope so. Because he should be more popular than he's been. He definitely should be more popular. I mean, his journey has been nice for me because he got me out of the house a little bit more than I would be out of the house. So I'm appreciative of that. Definitely. I'm not a super social person, especially nowadays, but it's nice to go and do activities with somebody on occasion. But he's doing so well. I mean, he's super motivated. He's gone on interviews. I'm sure he's going to get more than one job offer. Positive about that. In person, Tommy seems a lot younger than on video. That's the only difference, I would say. which is good for him. You know, he has like a very bright light inside of him. Very, very bright. He is. He is. I mean, we were, look, let me tell you, like I said, this art gallery that we went to, it was so lame. It was, I'll tell y'all what it was. It was the Menil collection. It was free. It was free, okay? Because I'm on a budget too. But I just would have thought that they would have had more creative pieces. There were a few pieces in there that were amazing, but they don't let you touch anything. They don't let you, and that kind of irked me. I know it irked him. He was like, wait, you can't, you know, and then they have this tape around the exhibits, right? And if you cross the tape, an alarm goes off. He crossed the tape a few times. So that, he made it fun. But, I mean, his art probably should be in the Manil collection. Maybe one day it will be. Hell, my art should be in the Manil collection. Maybe I'll try to get it in there. AlexandraOriginals.com. Check it out. That's my art. You can look at my little paintings. But yeah, I've had a good time getting to know him. And again, it does irk me that a certain person tried to not facilitate that meeting. Man, people are interesting. People are interesting. So, I have a busy day tomorrow. A very busy day tomorrow. And I guess I'll do another stream with him probably toward the end of the weekend. Something like that. But you never know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm a little sad. My dad's cat has been sick, and I think she might have passed away, so I'm going to have to check on that. I'll do that tomorrow. I haven't wanted to find out the status of that just yet. I guess because I've had, you know, this other stuff going on, but I'm going to miss that little cat. Life and death. It's really been very present in my face lately. Life and death. I don't like death. I really don't. It's inevitable. But, you know, I guess because I've always appreciated life so much. And I've always been conscious about that. I do think about it. I think that's probably why I have more adventures than most people. Because I really do appreciate life a lot. Yeah. I really do. Life is great. That's why you got to get out there and live. I think my whole foray into the world of IRL in real life has been one of the best choices that I've ever made. It's definitely an amazing tool. It's an amazing form of entertainment. Anyone can have a reality show nowadays. Isn't that crazy? And you can choose to show however much you want to. But you have to be conscious about how much you show. You have to think about what you show. Think about what you share. I've been doing it longer than most people, just because of being a tech girl, being a cyber geek, being an entertainer, going into the adult industry. I mean, so many of you have really seen me grow up. You've seen me age. Some of you have seen me since my early 20s, teens even. If you've really been following me, and I know there's a few of you out there who have. Hmm. I've been on the internet longer than most people. Since the days of Prodigy, CompuServe, bulletin board systems, internet relay chat, IRC. I've been around a long time. Real long time. So some of you have grown with me. To those of you who have, thank you for watching. Thank you very much. I don't know how long she's been on, Sharon. I'd say that she and I might have been on at about the same times. She's a little bit older than I am, I think. So maybe longer. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Hmm. What would you guys like to see from me? That's what I would like to know. What would you like to see? What would you guys like to see me do? I rarely take requests, but maybe I should ask. I tend to surprise some of you sometimes. I do know that. But I don't know. I guess right now I'm just kind of stagnant because, at least from my perspective, I'm stagnant. Maybe not from yours. But I've just been working a lot. That's number one. But I do need to be a lot more productive with my art. But when I think about it, everything I do is kind of art, isn't it? We'll see. I think next year I'm going to have a really good year. I have a feeling about that. I'll be 44 next year. Wow. At least it's not 45. You know? 44. Man. 43 has been pretty good. It's been an eventful year. 44. Thinking next summer I'm going to get my teeth capped. I think I want to do that. My teeth are okay, but, you know, kind of want to do a little overhaul. I feel like for the most part, got my weight under control. But a little bit of maintenance, because I am getting up there in the years. So, probably do that. I'll wait till I'm about 47 before I do any cosmetic surgery. It's been a pretty busy year. It was an eventful year when I think about it. 2020 to 2022, I ran around a lot, definitely. Basically just looking for myself. Found it. So next year is just going to be about building upon the foundation that I found. And that's about it. This year I learned a lot about people. I'd say that's what this year has been about. Personality types. Spun Brothers wants me to go to EDM festivals. The energy at those help you look and feel younger. Some of the people I've met at them have saved my soul from sorrow. Good suggestion. I would not have thought about that on my own, Spun Brothers. EDM festivals. You know, I've actually been thinking that a lot of the music that I've written would translate well into EDM dance tracks, because I tend to write melodies more so than anything. And my soul is pop, but they would translate into EDM. So I think I should take your suggestion. Thank you. That's a very good suggestion. I definitely probably should delve more so into music. Tommy presented me with an opportunity to try production or mixing when it comes to some of his work. Oh, he, aside from the battery pack, he also gave me all of his CDs. I almost don't want to unwrap them because they're collectibles. I want to listen to them. I'm gonna see. I'm probably gonna listen to all the tracks that I can just through YouTube, because I don't want to open them. I do like to collect things, even though I'm a minimalist. There's some things I do like to collect. So we'll see. But I was saying I want to do a creative day with him. I just don't want him to feel obligated, like he has to hang out with me, you know? That's the thing, because he's going to meet new people, he's going to explore, he's far more social and personable than I am. I feel like I've been like a little bit of a worrywart for him, because I'm like, be careful who you talk to. Beware of hustlers. People are going to try to get you know, because I don't want anything to happen to him, you know? I don't. But I've been trying my best not to be an oppressive energy, and because I tend to do that with people. I tend to be overbearing. I'm a Capricorn, okay? Stereotypical Capricorn is me. I want to mother everything and everybody. But I just, you know, I'm definitely here for him. I want to be a solid part of his support system, but I just don't want to be intrusive and overbearing. So, you know. I totally agree with you, Spun Brothers. I'm telling you, he's like a hidden gem. It's amazing to me that he's not more popular than he is. It really is. But I guess there's a lot of artists like that out there who probably should be more popular than they are. Probably. I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my glass. I'll talk to y'all a little bit more, and then I'm going to get on with my night. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So you're saying he should do dubstep. You're probably right. You're probably right. I like dubstep on occasion. I definitely do. I'm wondering how long the weather is going to be so warm here. It's amazing as to how warm it's been here this November. I have a feeling it's just going to suddenly drop in temperature like any day now. I'll have to look at the weather. Okay, Spun Brothers. You seem like you're knowledgeable about music. Maybe you should reach out to him directly too and give him your suggestions. But I'll definitely relay the suggestions. In fact, I'll just screenshot your suggestions because these seem like good suggestions. But, you know, as I build a friendship with him, if that's what he wants to do, then I just don't want to be like a bossy person, you know? Because I hate when people are bossy or overly intrusive in my life, personally. I've had a lot of those. Oh, man. I definitely have. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, getting to know him has been a really cool experience. And that's something I've appreciated when it comes to the IRL and the streaming community. I've gotten to know people that I just normally never would have crossed paths with because of the streaming. I think more people should stream, especially if you're some sort of a creative person, because, you know, I mean, unfortunately, you're, like some of you said, with the trolls and everything, it can be a little bit invasive and it can be negative if you don't know how to control your environment. But it can also be very enlightening and fulfilling and It can broaden who you are. I think I just got to know some of the wrong people, at least people who are wrong for me. And it happens. It happens. And I'm naturally kind of a loner to begin with. I appreciate my solitude very much. Very much. If I ever have enough money, and I can buy a big enough place, and it would have to be a fairly big residence to where I can have my own space, but to where I could have roommates, then I would do the roommate thing. But I'm just such a private person. More so now, I think, than I've ever been. I mean, for the most part, I've had roommates before, but I like being alone. There have been times in my life to where I've not, the most social time of my life was probably when I was an active adult entertainer. Especially when I was first getting started, you have travel mates, roommates, which is okay, but I think I easily, I don't like it because I like being pure within myself, not having external influences, especially when it comes to creativity. So, you know, I think that's why I've been single as long as I've been. A lot of people ask, they're like, why are you single? Why are you single? Because it works for me. It really does. Um, like if I was in a relationship, I would not be disloyal or a cheater, but I think I would end up hurting who I'm with sometimes because I would just be like, get the hell away from me. Leave me alone. Because I've been that way before. I really like being by myself. Well, Spun Brothers, um, all forms of entertainment are tough crowds to be in. Because you're dealing with a lot of extroverts all together, a lot of narcissists, unfortunately, a lot of psychopaths and sociopaths, too. A lot of empaths, also, that they are in the mix. They usually are the ones who get taken advantage of. But, as I continue in my life, I know I'm always going to be attached to the entertainment industry in some way. I just know this. I see myself more so of a talent developer than somebody in front of the camera. I'm camera ready. I can be in front of the camera. That's easy for me. But I like to cultivate and nurture. And as I get older, that's the role I see myself playing more so. Because I do like a certain degree of attention, but like I'm very happy with my following right now for the most part. I like that it's very niche. I like that a lot of people don't like me because I'm not for everybody, and I wouldn't want to be. This is going to sound strange to some of you, but I personally think that you're safer being disliked sometimes than being liked too much. This is going to sound really dysfunctional on my part, but sometimes I do things to where people definitely won't like me just because I don't want to be bothered. Because I don't. I don't. I have a pretty full life. I've realized that I have a pretty full life. I have good people in my life, and there's not a lot of room for too many new people. I'm very selective. I wasn't always, and that's what got me in trouble. I opened myself again between 2020 and as of present a little bit more than I normally would. And just like what happened when I was in around 2009 to 2011, similar pattern. I won't repeat it. Won't repeat it. Not at all. I have a lot of hope for this world. I really do. I think that there just needs to be more education than anything else when it comes to young people. And the millennials, there is something lacking a little bit with the millennials. But I don't think it's too late for them. I'm the generation before the millennials. Some millennials I like a lot, but some I do not. How their kids come up is going to be very interesting to observe. Without a doubt. So let's see. While I'm sitting here. Oh, my battery's about to run out on my iPad. Uh-oh. I probably have enough. I can go inside and get the other one. Let's see what's going on in my world. Not too much. Not too much. Spun Brothers is pretty wise. You're welcome here anytime, Spun Brothers. I like your thoughts. I'm glad I connected with you. So, yeah, I probably will be MIA, missing in action, for the next couple of days. I got a lot of stuff I gotta get done. Um, just overall, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I feel settled. I think next week, we're starting this weekend, I'll be in the mood to be creative. I haven't played my piano in a while. Haven't wanted to. I mean, I've been busy and everything, but it's funny. Sometimes I have so much music in my head that I need to lay out, but other times I don't. And I haven't lately. I haven't even had, I'm usually somebody who has a lot of very detailed dreams. Haven't had detailed dreams lately when I think about it. But I've had a lot of life happening. Not just the Tavi thing, but other stuff going on too. So I guess when I've been sleeping, I've actually really been truly resting. Some of the art I did see in that exhibit today was interesting to look at. Some of it was. Some of it was a little explicit, though it wasn't. It's always good to get new images in your head. This city of Houston is very interesting. There is a lot going on here. I probably do need to get out a little bit more on my own when I think about it. I probably do. But not too much. Not too much. So let's see, what else is going on that I want to talk about? Anything else? No. That's it. So thank you everyone for visiting with me tonight. I appreciate it greatly. I'll check in another time, I'm sure. Sometime soon. So take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.